Imagine standing in the shadow of towering stone walls, your fingers brushing over intricate carvings that have weathered centuries. Each groove, each line, seems to hum with a silent story, a message left behind by hands long turned to dust. Ancient temples are not just architectural marvels, they are time capsules echoing the beliefs, hopes, and fears of civilizations that once thrived. But what if I told you that hidden within these sacred spaces are symbols so enigmatic, their meanings have been lost to the ages, symbols that once spoke a universal language, now waiting for us to decipher their secrets? Today, we're embarking on a journey to uncover 30 of these mysterious symbols found in ancient temples across the globe, each one a puzzle piece to understanding the cultures that carved them. Picture this, a medieval European cathedral, its walls adorned with cryptic designs that seem to dance in the flicker of candlelight, or perhaps a temple in the Middle East, where every stone is etched with symbols that blend the divine with the earthly. What did these marks mean to the people who created them? Were they prayers, warnings, or maps to something far greater? The truth is, these symbols were more than just art. They were a language, a way to communicate ideas that words alone could not capture. And yet, as time passed, their meanings faded, leaving us with tantalizing clues and endless questions. This video is your guide to exploring these lost messages, peeling back the layers of history to uncover what they might have once represented. You're about to step into a world where every symbol tells a story of faith, identity, and the human need to leave a mark on the world. From the spirals and labyrinths of ancient Europe to the celestial motifs of the East, we'll explore how these symbols connected people to their gods, their cosmos, and each other. Prepare to be captivated by the artistry and mystery of these ancient designs, and to discover how they continue to intrigue us today. This isn't just a journey through history. It's a journey into the heart of what it means to be human, to seek meaning, to create, and to leave a legacy. So, are you ready to unlock the secrets of the past? Let's begin. Ancient temples were far more than mere places of worship. They were the beating hearts of their civilizations, teeming with knowledge, culture, and profound symbolism. Imagine walking into one of these sacred spaces, every stone, every corner, every surface etched with markings that whispered stories of the divine, the political, and the everyday. These symbols were not random decorations. They were a language, a way to encode messages that spanned the sacred and the secular. For the people who created them, these marks were bridges between the mortal world and the divine, embodying prayers, teachings, and even warnings meant to guide and protect. They served as both spiritual compasses and cultural blueprints, reflecting the values, fears, and aspirations of the societies that carved them. Consider, for example, how symbols could unite a community. In a world without widespread literacy, images spoke louder than words. A farmer offering grain at an altar might not read sacred texts, but the symbols around him told him everything he needed to know about the gods he served, the rituals he followed, and his place within the cosmos. These symbols also marked significant events, from victories in battle to the cycles of the seasons, creating a shared narrative that bound people together. And yet, as time passed, the meanings of some symbols faded, leaving only echoes of their original intent. Today, deciphering these marks allows us to glimpse the minds of our ancestors, to understand how they saw the world and their place within it. As we begin our exploration of these symbols, we'll start with one of the most iconic and enduring, the Ankh. This ancient Egyptian symbol, often referred to as the key of life, appears in countless carvings, paintings, and artifacts. Its looped top and cross-like shape make it instantly recognizable, but its meaning goes far deeper than its distinctive form. The Ankh was a powerful emblem of eternal life, often held by gods and pharaohs in depictions of rituals and ceremonies. It symbolized not just physical existence but the promise of life beyond death, a concept central to Egyptian spirituality. As we examine the Ankh, we'll uncover how this simple yet profound symbol shaped an entire civilization's understanding of mortality and the divine. The Ankh, with its distinctive looped top and cross-like form, is one of the most enduring symbols of ancient Egypt. Known as the key of life, it wasn't just a decorative motif but a profound emblem of existence itself. Frequently depicted in the hands of gods like Isis and Osiris, as well as pharaohs, the Ankh represented eternal life and the promise of resurrection. It was believed to hold the power to open the door to the afterlife, making it a central element in funerary practices and temple rituals. Beyond its connection to immortality, the Ankh also symbolized the union of male and female energies, reflecting the ancient Egyptian worldview that balance and harmony were essential to life. This duality is seen in the way the Ankh combines the loop, representing the feminine principle, with the vertical line symbolizing the masculine. Together, they create a symbol of unity and wholeness. In temples, the Ankh was often carved into walls, painted on tombs, and even incorporated into the design of sacred objects. It was a visual prayer, a way of invoking divine favor and protection. Priests would carry Ankh-shaped scepters during ceremonies, using them to bestow blessings on the living and the dead. For the ancient Egyptians, the Ankh wasn't just a symbol of hope. It was a tangible link to the divine, a reminder that life was a cycle rather than a finite journey. Even today, the Ankh captivates modern audiences, appearing in art, fashion, and popular culture as a timeless icon of life's continuity. Its enduring appeal lies in its simplicity and depth, a testament to the ingenuity of the civilization that created it. As we move forward, we'll uncover another enigmatic symbol, the Ouroboros, a serpent eating its own tail, which carries its own rich layers of meaning and mystery. The Ouroboros, with its mesmerizing depiction of a serpent devouring its own tail, is a symbol that transcends cultures and epochs. Rooted in ancient Egypt and later adopted by Greek and Gnostic traditions, this enigmatic emblem represents the eternal cycle of life, death, and rebirth. It's a visual paradox capturing the idea that endings are simply new beginnings. In temple art, the Ouroboros often appeared in sacred spaces, serving as a reminder of the infinite nature of existence. Its circular form symbolizes the universe's endless renewal, a concept that resonated deeply with ancient worshippers who saw life as an unbroken loop rather than a linear journey. Philosophers and alchemists of later centuries were particularly fascinated by the Ouroboros. They interpreted it as a metaphor for the unity of all things, where creation and destruction coexist in perfect balance. The serpent's act of consuming itself symbolizes the process of transformation, a shedding of the old to make way for the new. This idea found its way into alchemical texts, where the Ouroboros became a symbol of the philosopher's stone, the ultimate goal of turning base metals into gold. But beyond its practical applications, the Ouroboros offered a profound meditation on the nature of existence itself. It invited thinkers to ponder the interconnectedness of life's phases and the eternal rhythm of the cosmos. In temples, the Ouroboros was often carved into altars or painted on walls, reinforcing its role as a sacred symbol. It wasn't just an abstract concept but a tangible presence in daily rituals, encouraging worshippers to embrace change and accept the inevitability of renewal. Even today, the Ouroboros continues to inspire, appearing in modern art, literature, and even scientific theories about the cyclical nature of time. Its enduring relevance lies in its ability to capture the essence of life's perpetual motion, a reminder that every ending is a new beginning. As we shift our focus, we'll explore the Triquetra, a symbol steeped in mystery and rich with layers of meaning. The Triquetra, with its intricate three-cornered knot, is a symbol that has captivated cultures across time and space. Most famously tied to the Celts, this emblem's three interlocking arcs have been found in Norse, Germanic, and even early Christian traditions. Its design, a continuous loop with no beginning or end, embodies the idea of eternal unity and balance. In temple art, the Triquetra was often carved into stone or woven into decorative patterns, serving as a visual reminder of the harmonious relationship between mind, body, and spirit. This triad reflects a universal belief in the interconnectedness of human existence, suggesting that true fulfillment comes from aligning these three aspects of self. For the Celts, the Triquetra carried additional layers of meaning. It was closely associated with the triple goddess Maiden, Mother, and Crone, symbolizing the stages of life and the cyclical nature of time. This sacred trinity was deeply revered, and its presence in temples reinforced the idea of divine feminine energy permeating the natural world. Later, as Christianity spread across Europe, the Triquetra was reinterpreted to represent the Holy Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. This adaptability highlights the symbol's universal appeal, as different cultures infused it with their own spiritual significance while retaining its core message of unity. In temple designs, the Triquetra was more than just an ornament. It was a powerful talisman. Its placement often marked sacred spaces where worshippers sought enlightenment or healing. The symbol's symmetry and balance were thought to channel positive energy, creating an environment conducive to meditation and prayer. Even today, the Triquetra continues to resonate, appearing in modern spirituality, art, and even popular culture. Its timeless design serves as a reminder of the enduring human quest for harmony and connection. As we move forward, the Caduceus awaits our exploration. This ancient symbol, often mistaken for the rod of Asclepius, holds its own unique story and significance, offering a glimpse into the ancient world's understanding of health and divine intervention. The Caduceus, with its striking imagery of two serpents spiraling around a winged staff, is one of the most recognizable yet misunderstood symbols from antiquity. Often confused with the rod of Asclepius, a simpler staff with a single serpent, the Caduceus has its roots in Greek mythology as the emblem of Hermes, the messenger god. Hermes was a figure of duality, both a guide for souls to the underworld and a protector of travelers, merchants, and thieves. In temples, the Caduceus symbolized not just communication, but also the delicate art of negotiation and the flow of commerce. Its presence in sacred spaces suggests it served as a bridge between the human and divine realms, a tool for mediating the complexities of mortal life with the wisdom of the gods. While the Caduceus is widely associated with medicine today, this connection is actually a modern misinterpretation. Its original meaning was far more expansive, representing the exchange of knowledge and the balance of opposing forces. The two serpents, often seen as contrasting yet complementary, embody the duality of life creation and destruction, light and darkness, health and illness. The wings atop the staff signify transcendence, a reminder that true understanding often requires rising above earthly concerns. In ancient temples, the Caduceus was a symbol of harmony, urging worshippers to seek equilibrium in their lives. Over time, the Caduceus found its way into various cultural contexts, each adding layers to its significance. In Roman times, it became associated with Mercury, the counterpart to Hermes, and retained its role as a symbol of commerce and diplomacy. Later, during the Renaissance, it was adopted by alchemists as a representation of transformation and the union of opposites. Today, its medical association, though historically inaccurate, persists, highlighting the enduring power of its imagery. The Caduceus reminds us that symbols can evolve, taking on new meanings while retaining echoes of their origins. As we turn our attention to the Eye of Horus, we encounter a symbol steeped in protection, healing, and the divine. Its origins in ancient Egypt reveal a rich tapestry of beliefs about the power of vision and the safeguarding of the soul. The Eye of Horus, with its distinctive teardrop shape and intricate markings, is one of the most profound symbols to emerge from ancient Egypt. Known as the Wedjat or Udjat, it was revered as a powerful emblem of protection, health, and restoration. According to myth, the Eye of Horus originated from a dramatic struggle between the god Horus and his uncle Set. After Set tore out Horus's eye during a fierce battle, the god Thoth restored it, imbuing it with divine properties. This tale of loss and renewal made the Eye of Horus a potent symbol of healing and resilience, often worn as an amulet to ward off evil and ensure the wearer's well-being. In temples and tombs, the Eye of Horus was more than just a protective charm. It was a gateway to divine power. Priests used it in rituals to invoke the god's favor, believing it could channel celestial energy to heal the sick and cleanse sacred spaces. Its presence in burial sites was particularly significant, as it was thought to safeguard the deceased on their journey to the afterlife. The eye's design, which mirrors the markings of a falcon's eye, held deep mathematical meaning for the ancient Egyptians. They saw in its proportions a reflection of fractions used in their measurement systems, further elevating its status as a symbol of order and precision. The Eye of Horus also played a central role in the concept of Ma'at, the ancient Egyptian principle of balance and harmony. It was believed that wearing or displaying the symbol helped maintain equilibrium in both the physical and spiritual realms. Over time, its influence spread beyond Egypt, appearing in neighboring cultures as a talisman of protection and vitality. Even today, the Eye of Horus continues to captivate, its enduring legacy a testament to its profound symbolism. As we turn our attention to the sacred swastika, we move from a symbol of protection to one of universal harmony and auspiciousness. Its ancient roots reveal a story of cultural significance far removed from the associations of the modern era. The swastika, a symbol now deeply associated with the 20th century, carries a history that stretches back thousands of years, rooted in ancient cultures across the globe. In its earliest forms, it was revered as a sacred emblem of good fortune, prosperity, and the eternal cycle of life. In Hinduism, the swastika is closely tied to the sun and the god Vishnu, symbolizing the eternal motion of the universe. It often appears in rituals, festivals, and temple art, where it is believed to bring blessings and protection. Similarly, in Buddhism, the swastika represents the Buddha's footsteps, signifying his presence and the path to enlightenment. It adorns temples, scriptures, and even the robes of monks, serving as a reminder of spiritual wisdom. Native American cultures also embraced the swastika long before its modern connotations. For tribes like the Navajo and Hopi, it symbolized the four winds, the cardinal directions, and the harmony of the natural world. It was woven into textiles, etched into pottery, and painted on ceremonial objects as a sign of balance and unity. Across ancient Europe, the swastika appeared in artifacts from Greece to the Nordic regions, where it was associated with Thor's hammer and the power of lightning. The symbol's widespread use across civilizations highlights its universal appeal as a representation of life's interconnectedness. Its name, derived from the Sanskrit word swastika, meaning well-being or good fortune, underscores its positive intent. Yet, its appropriation in the 20th century has overshadowed its ancient origins, turning a sacred emblem into a symbol of division. Understanding its original meaning allows us to reclaim its history and appreciate its spiritual depth. As we move from the swastika to the Vessica Piscis, we encounter another symbol rich with geometric and spiritual significance. This almond-shaped figure, formed by the intersection of two circles, has been celebrated in sacred art and architecture for centuries, embodying the union of opposites and the harmony of creation. The Vessica Piscis is one of the most fascinating symbols in sacred geometry, a shape that emerges when two circles of the same size overlap, creating an almond-like form at their intersection. This simple yet profound figure has been revered for centuries, appearing in temples, cathedrals, and sacred art across Europe and the Middle East. At its core, the Vessica Piscis represents the union of opposites, the divine and the earthly, the spiritual and the material. It's often interpreted as a gateway or portal, a space where higher truths intersect with human understanding. In religious art, the Vessica Piscis frequently frames depictions of holy figures, such as Christ in Christian iconography, symbolizing divine presence and enlightenment. In architecture, its proportions have influenced the design of sacred spaces, from Gothic cathedrals to ancient temples. The shape's mathematical precision adds another layer of significance, as its ratios and dimensions are said to reflect the harmony of the cosmos. For example, the height-to-width ratio of the Vessica Piscis is closely linked to the square root of 3, a number that holds deep meaning in both mathematics and spirituality. Beyond its visual appeal, the Vessica Piscis has been used as a tool for meditation and contemplation. Its form invites reflection on the interconnectedness of all things, reminding us that the physical and spiritual worlds are not separate but deeply intertwined. In the design of temples, it often appears in floor plans, altars, and decorative motifs, serving as a visual anchor for worshippers to focus their thoughts and prayers. This enduring presence across cultures and eras underscores its universal resonance as a symbol of unity and transcendence. As we shift our focus to the Tree of Life, another powerful symbol with roots in multiple traditions, we'll explore how this ancient emblem represents the interconnectedness of all creation and the journey of the soul. Just as the Vessica Piscis bridges the divine and the earthly, the Tree of Life offers a framework for understanding the complex relationships between the material and spiritual realms. The Tree of Life is a symbol that transcends time and culture, appearing in the mythology, art, and spiritual practices of civilizations across the globe. In ancient Mesopotamia, it was depicted in carvings and seals as a sacred tree connecting the heavens, the earth, and the underworld, embodying the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. For the Norse, Yggdrasil, the mighty ash tree, served as the cosmic axis, its branches reaching into the realms of the gods and its roots delving into the lands of the dead. In Mesoamerica, the Maya and Aztecs revered the ceiba tree as a bridge between the earthly and the divine, a living representation of the world's structure and balance. This powerful motif often appears in temple art and architecture, where it served as a visual metaphor for the interconnectedness of all existence. Its branches reach upward, symbolizing aspirations toward the divine, while its roots anchor deeply into the earth, representing stability and the physical world. The trunk itself acts as a conduit, linking these realms and illustrating the flow of energy and wisdom between them. In many traditions, the Tree of Life is also associated with immortality and enlightenment, offering a pathway for the soul's journey through the cosmos. The symbol's universal presence suggests a shared human understanding of the natural world as a source of profound spiritual insight. Trees, with their cycles of growth, decay, and renewal, mirror the rhythms of life itself, making them a fitting emblem for the mysteries of existence. In temple settings, the Tree of Life was often depicted alongside other sacred symbols, such as the sun, moon, and stars, reinforcing its role as a mediator between the celestial and the terrestrial. Its recurring use across cultures highlights its enduring power as a symbol of unity, resilience, and the eternal cycle of life. As we turn our attention to the Labries, a symbol steeped in mystery and duality, we'll discover how this ancient double axe represents balance, transformation, and the union of opposites. Like the Tree of Life, the Labries holds deep spiritual significance, offering insights into the ways ancient peoples understood the forces that shape our world. Together, these symbols form a rich tapestry of meaning, inviting us to explore the connections between the physical and the metaphysical, the past and the present. The Labries, with its distinctive double-headed blade, stands as one of the most intriguing and potent symbols of the ancient Mediterranean world. Originating in Minoan Crete, this ceremonial axe was far more than a tool. It was a sacred object imbued with deep spiritual and cultural significance. Often depicted in the hands of priestesses and goddesses, the Labries symbolized authority, balance, and the dual nature of existence. Its two blades represented the harmony of opposites, a concept central to many ancient belief systems, where forces like light and dark, life and death, and creation and destruction were seen as inseparable parts of a greater whole. In the grand palaces and temples of ancient Crete, the Labries played a central role in religious rituals and ceremonies. It was closely associated with the goddess, often interpreted as a symbol of her power and protection. The axe's presence in these sacred spaces underscores its importance as a mediator between the divine and the earthly, a tool capable of both physical and spiritual transformation. Its association with the labyrinth, another iconic symbol of Minoan culture, further deepens its meaning. The labyrinth, with its intricate pathways, mirrored the complexities of life and the journey of the soul, and the Labries was seen as a guide or key to navigating these mysteries. Beyond Crete, the Labries appeared in various forms across the Mediterranean and beyond. In Anatolia, it was linked to the worship of Cybele, the mother goddess, while in Greek mythology, it was sometimes associated with the Amazons, warrior women who embodied strength and independence. Even in later Roman culture, the Labries retained its symbolic power, often used as an emblem of justice and authority. Its enduring presence across cultures and eras speaks to its universal resonance as a symbol of strength, duality, and the interconnectedness of opposing forces. The Labries also serves as a reminder of the profound role tools and objects played in ancient spiritual practices. Far from being mere functional items, they were imbued with meaning and used to connect with forces greater than the self. As we prepare to delve into the Mandala, a symbol of unity and cosmic order in Eastern traditions, we'll see how the Labries' themes of balance and transformation resonate across time and geography, offering us a glimpse into the shared human quest for understanding and harmony. The Mandala, with its mesmerizing geometric patterns, serves as a profound symbol of cosmic order and spiritual unity in Hindu and Buddhist traditions. This intricate design, often circular in form, represents the universe in its entirety, embodying the idea that all aspects of existence are interconnected. Each layer and element of the Mandala carries deep meaning, from the outermost rings symbolizing the material world to the innermost center, representing the divine or the ultimate state of enlightenment. Its symmetrical structure reflects balance and harmony, offering a visual guide for those seeking to understand the complexities of life and the cosmos. In meditation practices, the mandala becomes a powerful tool for focusing the mind and guiding spiritual journeys. Practitioners often use it as a visual aid to enter a state of deep contemplation, tracing its patterns with their gaze or imagination to quiet the mind and connect with higher states of awareness. The process of creating a mandala, often done with colored sand, is itself a meditative act, emphasizing the impermanence of the physical world and the transient nature of life. Once completed, these intricate sand mandalas are ceremonially dismantled, a poignant reminder of the ever-changing nature of existence. Temples and sacred spaces frequently incorporate mandalas into their art and architecture, transforming these designs into physical representations of spiritual truths. In Hindu temples, mandalas are often etched into the floor or walls, serving as focal points for worship and reflection. Buddhist temples, particularly in Tibet, feature elaborate mandalas in murals and sculptures, each one meticulously crafted to convey specific teachings and cosmic principles. These artistic expressions not only beautify the sacred spaces, but also invite worshippers to contemplate the deeper meanings of life and their place within the universe. The mandala's enduring significance lies in its ability to bridge the gap between the tangible and the intangible, offering a visual pathway to understanding the profound mysteries of existence. Its patterns resonate with the human desire for order and meaning, providing a framework for exploring the interconnectedness of all things. As we turn our attention to the Triskelion, a symbol of motion and progress, we'll see how the mandala's themes of harmony and unity continue to echo in other ancient symbols, each one offering a unique lens through which to view the world and our place within it. The Triskelion, with its 3 interlocking spirals, is a symbol steeped in Celtic tradition, radiating a sense of perpetual motion and forward momentum. This ancient design embodies the idea of continuous progress, reflecting the natural cycles of life and the transformative energy that drives personal and spiritual growth. Each spiral twists outward, suggesting movement and evolution, while their interconnectedness speaks to the unity of body, mind, and spirit. Found in temple art and sacred artifacts, the Triskelion served as a visual reminder of the dynamic forces shaping existence and the potential for renewal within every individual. In Celtic culture, the Triskelion was more than just a decorative motif. It was a profound emblem of the sacred triad, a concept that permeated their spiritual worldview. The number 3 held deep significance, often representing the phases of life, the elements of nature, or the realms of earth, sky, and sea. Worshippers who encountered the Triskelion in temple settings were encouraged to reflect on their own journeys, embracing the challenges and opportunities that came with each new cycle. Its spiraling form inspired a sense of resilience and adaptability, qualities essential for navigating the complexities of life. The Triskelion's energy also symbolized the interconnectedness of all things, a reminder that every action and decision ripples through the fabric of existence. This idea resonated deeply within Celtic spirituality, where harmony with the natural world and a sense of community were central tenets. By meditating on the Triskelion's design, worshippers sought to align themselves with these universal principles, fostering a deeper connection to both their inner selves and the world around them. Its presence in temples served as a call to embrace change and seek growth, even in the face of uncertainty. As we shift our focus to the Jed Pillar, another ancient symbol rich with meaning, we'll explore how it embodies themes of stability and endurance. Like the Triskelion, the Jed Pillar carries profound spiritual significance, offering a different yet complementary perspective on the forces that shape our lives. Together, these symbols remind us of the delicate balance between motion and stillness, growth and stability, guiding us toward a deeper understanding of the mysteries they represent. The Jed Pillar stands as one of ancient Egypt's most enduring symbols, a powerful representation of stability and resilience. Shaped like a column with distinctive crossbars, it evokes the image of a backbone, both literally and metaphorically. In Egyptian mythology, the Jed Pillar was closely associated with Osiris, the god of the afterlife and resurrection. Its imagery often adorned temple walls and sacred artifacts, serving as a reminder of the unshakable strength of the divine and the eternal nature of the human soul. For the ancient Egyptians, it was more than a symbol, it was a source of spiritual fortitude, grounding them in their beliefs and offering hope in the face of life's uncertainties. In religious rituals, the Jed Pillar played a central role, particularly in ceremonies honoring Osiris. During the annual Raising of the Jed festival, priests would lift a ceremonial pillar to symbolize the resurrection of Osiris and the renewal of life. This act was not just a symbolic gesture, it was a profound expression of faith in the cyclical nature of existence, where death was not an end but a transition to a new beginning. The pillar's steadfast form mirrored the stability of the cosmos, reinforcing the idea that even in times of chaos, there was an underlying order that could be trusted. Beyond its physical representation, the Jed Pillar carried deeper spiritual meanings. It was a symbol of inner strength, encouraging individuals to cultivate resilience in their own lives. The pillar's unyielding structure served as a metaphor for the human spirit's ability to endure hardship and emerge stronger. For worshippers, meditating on the Jed Pillar was a way to connect with this inner fortitude, drawing upon its energy to navigate life's challenges with grace and determination. Its presence in temples offered a tangible reminder of the divine support that surrounded them, even in their darkest moments. As we turn our attention to the lotus flower, we'll explore another symbol rich with spiritual significance. Like the Jed Pillar, the lotus embodies themes of resilience and renewal, yet it does so through its unique journey, rising from muddy waters to bloom in pristine beauty. Together, these symbols invite us to reflect on the nature of endurance and transformation, teaching us that even in the most challenging circumstances, there is always the potential for growth and rebirth. The lotus flower is a symbol of extraordinary beauty and spiritual depth, revered across cultures for its ability to flourish in the most unlikely of places. Emerging from muddy, murky waters, it rises above the surface to unfold into a radiant blossom, untouched by the impurities below. This remarkable transformation has made it a potent emblem of purity, enlightenment, and rebirth in Hinduism and Buddhism. In temple art, the lotus is often depicted as a sacred seat for deities, representing their divine nature and the purity of the soul. Its petals, unfolding gracefully, symbolize the gradual awakening of spiritual awareness, reminding us that enlightenment is a journey rather than a destination. In Hinduism, the lotus is deeply intertwined with the divine. It is associated with gods and goddesses like Vishnu, Lakshmi, and Saraswati, each of whom is often depicted seated on or holding the flower. The lotus signifies not only purity, but also the unbreakable connection between the human spirit and the divine. It is a reminder that even in the midst of life's challenges, the soul remains untouched by the chaos, much like the flower that remains pristine despite its muddy origins. In rituals and prayers, devotees use the lotus as an offering, symbolizing their aspiration to rise above worldly attachments and attain spiritual clarity. Buddhism also holds the lotus in high regard, where it represents the path to enlightenment. Different stages of the lotus bud, partially open and fully bloomed, mirror the stages of spiritual awakening. The unopened bud symbolizes potential, the partially open flower represents the journey of self-discovery, and the fully bloomed lotus embodies the ultimate realization of enlightenment. In Buddhist art, the Buddha is often depicted seated on a lotus throne, signifying his transcendence of suffering and attachment. The flower's ability to thrive in adversity serves as a metaphor for the human capacity to overcome obstacles and achieve inner peace. The lotus also carries a universal message of resilience and renewal. Its daily cycle of submerging beneath the water at night and re-emerging in the morning mirrors the rhythms of life and the promise of new beginnings. For those who meditate on its symbolism, the lotus offers a profound lesson in perseverance and hope. It teaches us that even in the darkest or most challenging circumstances, there is always the potential for growth, transformation, and beauty. As we shift our focus to the phoenix, we'll explore another symbol of rebirth and renewal. Like the lotus, the phoenix rises from adversity, embodying the timeless idea that from destruction comes new life. Together, these symbols invite us to reflect on the enduring power of transformation and the resilience of the human spirit. The phoenix, a legendary bird of fire and rebirth, has captivated imaginations for centuries with its dramatic cycle of death and renewal. This mythical creature, known for rising anew from its ashes, symbolizes the eternal rhythms of life, death, and resurrection. Across cultures, the phoenix has been embraced as a powerful emblem of transformation, resilience, and the enduring nature of the spirit. Its presence in ancient temples underscores its sacred significance, often serving as a reminder that endings are merely gateways to new beginnings. The origins of the phoenix trace back to ancient Egypt, where it was known as the Bennu bird. Associated with the sun god Ra, the Bennu was said to rise each morning with the dawn, embodying the daily rebirth of the sun. This imagery of cyclical renewal resonated deeply, eventually spreading to other cultures, including Greek and Roman mythology. In these traditions, the phoenix became a symbol of immortality, its fiery demise and subsequent rebirth representing the soul's journey through trials and ultimate triumph. In temple art and architecture, the phoenix often appeared as a motif of hope and renewal. Its depictions varied, from intricate carvings on stone walls to vibrant mosaics on temple floors. In some cultures, it was shown mid-flight, its wings ablaze, capturing the moment of transformation. In others, it was portrayed in repose, its gaze serene, symbolizing the peace that follows struggle. These artistic renderings served not only as decoration but also as spiritual reminders to worshippers that no matter how dire circumstances might seem, renewal is always possible. The phoenix's role in mythological narratives further enriched its symbolism. In these stories, the bird often appeared during times of great change or upheaval, its presence signaling the end of one era and the dawn of another. For ancient civilizations, the phoenix was a comforting symbol, offering assurance that even in the face of destruction, life continues in new forms. Its cyclical nature mirrored the natural world where seasons change, crops regenerate, and the universe itself follows patterns of death and rebirth. As we turn our attention to the pentagram, we find another symbol rich in meaning and history. Like the phoenix, the pentagram carries layers of significance, often misunderstood yet deeply rooted in ancient traditions. Together, these symbols invite us to explore the timeless themes of transformation, balance, and the interconnectedness of all things. The pentagram, with its five-pointed shape, stands as one of the most enduring and versatile symbols in human history. Often misunderstood in modern times, its origins reveal a profound connection to the natural world and the balance of elements. In ancient temples, the pentagram was revered as a representation of harmony, uniting earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. Each point of the star was thought to embody one of these forces, creating a visual reminder of the interconnectedness of all things. This balance was not only a philosophical concept, but also a practical guide for living in alignment with the universe. Historically, the pentagram held a sacred place in various cultures. In Mesopotamia, it was associated with the goddess Ishtar, symbolizing divine protection and cosmic order. Later, in ancient Greece, mathematician Pythagoras and his followers adopted the symbol as a sign of health and well-being, calling it the pentalpha. For them, the pentagram represented mathematical perfection and the harmony of the natural world. Its presence in temple art often served as a talisman, guarding sacred spaces and their worshippers from harm or imbalance. Over time, the meaning of the pentagram evolved, reflecting the beliefs and values of the cultures that embraced it. In medieval Europe, it became a symbol of the 5 wounds of Christ, used in Christian mysticism to signify spiritual protection. During the Renaissance, it reappeared in alchemical texts, representing the synthesis of the elements and the quest for enlightenment. Even in modern contexts, the pentagram continues to hold significance, though its interpretation varies widely. For some, it remains a symbol of protection and balance, while for others, it represents the duality of existence or the journey of the soul. One of the most fascinating aspects of the pentagram is its adaptability. Unlike many symbols that remain tied to a single culture or era, the pentagram has transcended boundaries, finding new meanings in different contexts. This universality speaks to its enduring power as a symbol of harmony and connection. Whether carved into the stone of an ancient temple or drawn in the pages of a modern grimoire, the pentagram invites us to explore the balance within ourselves and the world around us. As we move from the pentagram to the Yin-Yang, we encounter another symbol that embodies the concept of balance. The Yin-Yang, with its interplay of opposites, complements the pentagram's elemental harmony, offering a different yet equally profound perspective on the interconnectedness of all things. Together, these symbols remind us that balance is not a static state but a dynamic dance of forces, ever-changing and eternally intertwined. The Yin-Yang, with its swirling black and white halves, is more than just a visually striking symbol. It's a profound representation of duality and interdependence. Rooted in ancient Chinese philosophy, this emblem encapsulates the idea that opposite forces are not only connected but essential to one another. Yin, often associated with darkness, passivity, and femininity, complements Yang, which represents light, activity, and masculinity. Together, they form a complete whole, illustrating that neither can exist without the other. This concept of balance and harmony was central to spiritual practices, and its presence in temples served as a reminder of the need to align oneself with the natural order of the universe. The origins of the Yin-Yang trace back to the Zhou dynasty around the 5th century BCE, where it became a cornerstone of Taoist thought. Taoism emphasizes living in harmony with the Tao, or the Way, and the Yin-Yang symbol became a visual shorthand for this philosophy. It wasn't just a static image but a dynamic representation of the constant interplay of forces. For example, the small dots of opposite colors within each half signify that within every aspect of life, there is a seed of its counterpart. Light exists within darkness and stillness within movement. This nuanced understanding of duality was reflected in temple rituals and art, where the symbol often adorned altars and sacred spaces, guiding worshippers toward a deeper awareness of balance. Beyond its philosophical roots, the Yin-Yang also played a practical role in religious and medicinal practices. In traditional Chinese medicine, health was seen as a state of equilibrium between yin and yang energies. Imbalances, whether physical or emotional, were treated with therapies designed to restore harmony. Similarly, in temple settings, rituals and meditations often incorporated the symbol to help individuals attune to these universal forces. Pilgrims would meditate on the Yin-Yang to cultivate inner peace and spiritual alignment, recognizing that personal well-being was deeply connected to the broader cosmic balance. The enduring relevance of the Yin-Yang lies in its universal applicability. While it originated in Chinese culture, its message transcends geographical and cultural boundaries, offering insights into the nature of existence that resonate across time and place. Whether carved into ancient temple walls or used in modern mindfulness practices, the Yin-Yang continues to inspire people to seek balance in their lives, reminding them that every aspect of existence is part of a greater, interconnected whole. Turning our attention to another enigmatic symbol, we encounter the Labyrinth. Like the Yin-Yang, the Labyrinth embodies a journey not just of physical movement but of spiritual exploration. Its winding paths and intricate design invite us to delve deeper into the mysteries of the self and the universe, echoing the themes of balance and harmony that the Yin-Yang so elegantly represents. Together, these symbols guide us toward a deeper understanding of the interconnectedness of all things, inviting us to explore the profound mysteries of ancient wisdom. The Labyrinth, with its intricate and winding paths, stands as one of the most fascinating symbols found in ancient temples. Unlike a maze, which is designed to confuse, a labyrinth has a single, continuous path leading to the center, symbolizing a journey of spiritual exploration rather than a test of intellect or skill. This sacred design was used across various cultures, from the Cretan labyrinths of ancient Greece to the stone carvings of medieval European cathedrals. Its purpose was to serve as a meditative tool, guiding individuals on a symbolic pilgrimage of the soul. In many traditions, walking the labyrinth was a form of moving meditation, a physical act that mirrored the inner journey toward enlightenment. The act of following its winding path was thought to quiet the mind, allowing the walker to focus on deeper spiritual truths. The journey to the center symbolized a descent into the self, a process of confronting one's fears, doubts, and desires. Reaching the center represented a moment of clarity or union with the divine, after which the walker would retrace their steps, returning to the outer world with newfound insight and purpose. The labyrinth also held significant meaning in religious practices. In medieval Christianity, for example, labyrinths were often embedded into the floors of cathedrals, such as the famous Chartres labyrinth in France. These designs were used as a substitute for physical pilgrimage, allowing those who couldn't travel to the Holy Land to undertake a spiritual journey within the safety of their local church. Similarly, in ancient Greek mythology, the labyrinth housed the Minotaur, a creature that symbolized the inner chaos and challenges one must overcome to achieve self-mastery. These diverse interpretations highlight the labyrinth's universal appeal as a symbol of transformation and growth. What makes the labyrinth particularly compelling is its adaptability across cultures and eras. While its physical form may vary, its core symbolism remains consistent, a path toward self-discovery and spiritual awakening. Even today, labyrinths are used in modern mindfulness practices, proving that this ancient symbol still resonates with those seeking meaning and connection in an increasingly complex world. As we move forward, we encounter another symbol rich in cultural and spiritual significance, the scarab beetle. Revered in ancient Egypt, this humble insect was seen as a powerful emblem of rebirth and renewal, echoing the labyrinth's themes of transformation and the cyclical nature of existence. Together, these symbols invite us to reflect on the enduring human quest for understanding and the timeless wisdom encoded in these ancient designs. The scarab beetle, known to the ancient Egyptians as Khepri, holds a profound place in the symbolic language of their temples and tombs. This small creature, often depicted rolling a ball of dung, became a powerful emblem of transformation and rebirth. The Egyptians observed the beetle's behavior and saw a parallel to the journey of the sun across the sky. Just as the scarab rolled its ball, Khepri, the god associated with the rising sun, was believed to push the sun across the heavens, bringing light and life to the world each day. This daily cycle mirrored the eternal process of death and renewal, making the scarab a symbol of resurrection and the enduring nature of the soul. In Egyptian art and architecture, the scarab was frequently carved into amulets, seals, and temple decorations. These artifacts were not just decorative, they carried deep spiritual significance. Scarab amulets, often placed within the wrappings of mummies, were intended to protect the deceased and ensure their safe passage into the afterlife. The inscriptions on these amulets, typically spells or prayers, invoked the scarab's power to grant eternal life. This practice underscored the beetle's role as a guide through the mysteries of death and rebirth. The scarab also played a central role in religious rituals. Priests and worshippers used scarab-shaped objects in ceremonies to honor the gods and seek their blessings. The beetle's association with the sun god Ra further elevated its status, linking it to creation and the cosmic order. In many ways, the scarab served as a reminder of the cycles of nature, how life emerges from decay, and how every ending holds the seed of a new beginning. This concept resonated deeply with the Egyptians, who saw the universe as a place of constant renewal. Moving away from the banks of the Nile, we encounter another ancient symbol that speaks to the cycles of existence, the Wheel of Dharma. Found in Buddhist and Hindu traditions, this symbol represents the continuous flow of life and the teachings that guide one toward enlightenment. Much like the scarab, the Wheel of Dharma invites us to reflect on the ever-turning nature of existence and the potential for growth and transformation within each moment. Together, these symbols remind us that change is not something to fear but an essential part of the journey toward understanding and wholeness. The Wheel of Dharma, or Dharma Chakra, is one of the most profound symbols in Buddhist tradition, embodying the essence of the Buddha's teachings and the journey toward enlightenment. This eight-spoked wheel is more than just a visual emblem. It represents the Noble Eightfold Path, the core principles that guide a practitioner toward a life of wisdom, ethical conduct, and mental discipline. Each spoke corresponds to a specific aspect of this path, including right understanding, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. Together, these elements form a comprehensive framework for spiritual growth, offering a roadmap to liberation from suffering. In temple art and architecture, the Wheel of Dharma often appears as a central motif, symbolizing the Buddha's first sermon in the deer park at Sarnath, where he set the wheel of teaching in motion. This event, known as the Turning of the Wheel, marked the beginning of the dissemination of Buddhist philosophy. The wheel's presence in sacred spaces serves as a reminder of the continuous cycle of learning and practice, encouraging devotees to reflect on the teachings and apply them in their daily lives. The wheel's circular shape also mirrors the cyclical nature of existence, reinforcing the idea that enlightenment is not a distant goal but an ongoing process. The design of the Wheel of Dharma is rich with meaning. The hub at the center represents ethical discipline, the foundation upon which spiritual progress is built. The rim signifies the practice of mindfulness, which holds the entire path together. The spokes, radiating outward, illustrate the interconnectedness of all aspects of the path, suggesting that each step is essential to the whole. This intricate symbolism invites practitioners to contemplate the depth of the teachings and their application in every moment, Transitioning to the broader context of sacred symbols, we encounter the Chakana, a cross-shaped emblem revered in Andean cultures. Much like the Wheel of Dharma, the Chakana embodies a holistic worldview, integrating the physical, spiritual, and cosmic realms. Both symbols serve as bridges between the material and the divine, offering pathways to deeper understanding and connection. Together, they remind us that across cultures and traditions, humanity has sought to express the ineffable through art and symbol, creating enduring legacies of wisdom and insight. The Chakana, often referred to as the Andean cross, is a symbol deeply rooted in Inca cosmology, representing the intricate connection between the physical and spiritual worlds. Its distinctive step design, resembling a cross with equal arms and a central hole, is more than just an artistic motif. It encapsulates the Inca understanding of the universe. Each quadrant of the Chakana symbolizes one of the four cardinal directions, while the center represents the axis mundi, the sacred axis that connects the earthly realm to the heavens. This central point is believed to be the meeting place of the upper, middle, and lower worlds, illustrating the Inca belief in a unified cosmos where all dimensions are interconnected. In temple architecture and ritual spaces, the Chakana served as a powerful reminder of humanity's place within the larger cosmic order. Its presence in sacred sites was not merely decorative but functional, guiding spiritual practices and meditative journeys. The stepped patterns of the Chakana symbolize the path of ascension, reflecting the idea that spiritual growth is a gradual process requiring effort and dedication. Each step represents a layer of consciousness, inviting practitioners to move closer to the divine by transcending the limitations of the material world. The Chakana also embodies the Inca concept of duality and balance, a recurring theme in their philosophy. The interwoven nature of the symbol suggests that opposites, such as light and dark, male and female, life and death, are not in conflict but exist in harmony, each necessary for the other's existence. This understanding of balance permeated every aspect of Inca life, from agriculture to governance, emphasizing the importance of maintaining equilibrium in both the physical and spiritual realms. As we shift our focus to the symbolism of the spiral, we find a motif that, like the Chakana, transcends cultural boundaries and speaks to the universal human experience. The spiral, with its winding, continuous form, represents the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. Found in ancient temples across the globe, from the Neolithic sites of Europe to the sacred spaces of the Americas, the spiral invites us to contemplate the eternal rhythms of existence. Together, these symbols, the Chakana and the spiral, remind us of the timeless quest for meaning, balance, and connection that unites humanity across time and space. The spiral is one of the most universally recognized symbols in human history, appearing in ancient temples and sacred sites across every continent. Its winding, unbroken form has captivated cultures for millennia, often representing the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Unlike linear paths that suggest a clear beginning and end, the spiral embodies the idea of continuous transformation, a journey that moves ever inward or outward, depending on its direction. In many traditions, the inward spiral symbolizes introspection and a return to one's core, while the outward spiral speaks to expansion, growth, and the unfolding of potential. This duality makes it a powerful emblem of both personal and cosmic evolution. In Celtic art, the spiral is frequently seen adorning stone carvings and temple walls, where it is believed to signify the cyclical nature of the seasons and the interconnectedness of all life. The Celts viewed it as a reminder of the eternal dance between light and darkness, growth and decay, reinforcing their deep connection to the natural world. Similarly, in ancient Greece, the spiral was associated with the labyrinth, a symbolic journey of self-discovery and transformation. The famous Labyrinth of Knossos, for example, was not just a physical structure but a metaphor for the soul's journey toward enlightenment, with the spiral at its heart guiding the way. In Mesoamerican cultures, the spiral held profound spiritual significance, often linked to the movement of celestial bodies and the passage of time. The Mayans and Aztecs incorporated spiral motifs into their temple architecture and religious art, using them to represent the cycles of creation and destruction that governed their cosmological beliefs. The spiral's connection to the heavens is also evident in Hindu and Buddhist traditions, where it symbolizes the eternal progression of the soul through multiple lifetimes, a concept known as samsara. In these contexts, the spiral serves as a visual reminder that existence is not a straight path but a series of interconnected loops, each offering opportunities for growth and renewal. As we explore the spiral's diverse interpretations, it becomes clear that this ancient symbol transcends cultural boundaries, speaking to a shared human understanding of life's infinite journey. Its presence in temples and sacred spaces across the world underscores its enduring power as a symbol of transformation, continuity, and the eternal cycle of existence. Now, let's turn our attention to the Sun Cross, another enigmatic symbol that has left its mark on history. The Sun Cross, with its simple yet profound design of a circle bisected by a cross, is one of the most enduring symbols in human history, representing the sun's life-giving energy and its central role in ancient belief systems. Found in temples, artifacts, and sacred sites across the globe, this symbol transcends cultural boundaries, appearing in Neolithic Europe, ancient Mesoamerica, and even early Christian iconography. At its core, the Sun Cross embodies the idea of the sun as a source of vitality, stability, and divine protection. The circle often signifies the sun itself, while the cross represents the four cardinal directions or the solstices and equinoxes, marking the cyclical nature of the seasons and the balance of cosmic forces. In ancient Europe, the Sun Cross, also known as the Solar Cross or Wheel Cross, was deeply tied to solar deities and agricultural practices. For societies reliant on the sun's warmth and light for crop growth, this symbol became a powerful talisman, ensuring fertility and abundance. Archaeologists have uncovered sun cross carvings in megalithic temples, suggesting its use in rituals to honor the sun and invoke its blessings. Similarly, in Norse mythology, the sun cross was associated with the god Odin, who was believed to guide the sun across the sky, reinforcing its connection to celestial power and divine authority. Moving across the Atlantic, the Sun Cross appears in Mesoamerican cultures as well, where it was often linked to solar gods like Quetzalcoatl and Huitzilopochtli. In these traditions, the Sun Cross symbolized not only the sun's life-giving energy, but also its role in maintaining cosmic order and harmony. Temples dedicated to these deities often featured Sun Cross motifs, serving as reminders of the sun's centrality to both physical and spiritual life. Interestingly, the symbol also found its way into early Christian art, where it was adapted to represent the light of Christ and the promise of eternal life, illustrating how ancient symbols can evolve and take on new meanings across time and cultures. The Sun Cross's universal presence underscores humanity's shared reverence for the sun as a source of life and a symbol of divine power. Its enduring legacy is a testament to the profound impact of celestial phenomena on human spirituality and culture. As we reflect on the Sun Cross's significance, we're reminded of the deep connection between the heavens and the earth, a theme that continues to resonate across the ages. With this in mind, let's turn our attention to the crescent moon, another celestial symbol that has inspired awe and reverence throughout history. The crescent moon, with its delicate, curved shape, has long been a powerful symbol of transformation, intuition, and feminine energy, appearing in ancient temples and sacred sites across the world. Unlike the sun cross, which represents the sun's constant, life-giving energy, the crescent moon embodies the ever-changing nature of existence, reflecting the lunar cycle's phases from darkness to light. This symbol was deeply revered in cultures that observed the moon's influence on tides, seasons, and even human behavior, making it a central element of spiritual and religious practices. In many traditions, the crescent moon was associated with goddesses and deities who governed fertility, time, and the mysteries of the night, offering a stark contrast to the solar symbols that dominated daylight worship. In ancient Mesopotamia, the crescent moon was closely linked to the moon god Sin, who was believed to regulate time and the natural world. Temples dedicated to Sin often featured intricate carvings of the crescent moon, symbolizing his authority over the night sky and the cyclical passage of time. Similarly, in ancient Egypt, the crescent moon was associated with the goddess Isis, a figure of magic, motherhood, and renewal. Egyptian temples and artifacts frequently depicted Isis wearing a headdress adorned with the crescent moon, highlighting her role as a protector and guide through life's transitions. These depictions underscore the moon's enduring connection to themes of growth, change, and the unseen forces that shape our lives. Moving to the east, the crescent moon held a prominent place in Hindu and Buddhist traditions as well. In Hinduism, the moon god Chandra was often depicted with a crescent moon on his forehead, symbolizing his control over the tides and the rhythms of the natural world. Buddhist art and architecture also incorporated the crescent moon as a symbol of enlightenment and the journey towards spiritual awakening. In many temples, the crescent moon was paired with the sun, representing the union of opposites and the balance of masculine and feminine energies. This duality reflects the broader understanding of the crescent moon as a symbol of harmony and the interconnectedness of all things. The crescent moon's presence in ancient temples wasn't limited to religious iconography. It also played a practical role in marking time and guiding agricultural practices. Lunar calendars based on the phases of the moon were essential tools for ancient societies, helping them predict the best times for planting, harvesting, and conducting rituals. The crescent moon's recurring appearance in temple art served as a reminder of its practical and spiritual significance, bridging the gap between the earthly and the divine. As we consider the crescent moon's multifaceted symbolism, we're reminded of its enduring ability to inspire awe and reflection. Its gentle, luminous curve continues to captivate us, symbolizing the potential for growth and renewal in our own lives. With this in mind, let's turn our attention to the thunderbolt, a symbol of raw power and divine authority that has left its mark on ancient temples and mythologies around the world. The thunderbolt, with its jagged, electrifying form, was a symbol of unparalleled power and divine authority, revered across ancient civilizations as a manifestation of celestial might. Often associated with gods like Zeus in Greek mythology and Indra in Hindu tradition, the thunderbolt represented both creation and destruction, a dual nature that underscored its role as a force of transformation. In temples dedicated to these deities, the thunderbolt was prominently featured in carvings, murals, and sculptures, serving as a reminder of their ability to wield natural forces and maintain cosmic order. This symbol was not merely decorative, it carried profound spiritual significance, embodying the god's capacity to protect, punish, and restore balance. In Greek mythology, Zeus's thunderbolt was his most potent weapon, forged by the Cyclops to help him overthrow the Titans and establish his rule over Mount Olympus. Temples dedicated to Zeus often depicted him holding the thunderbolt, a visual representation of his supreme power and his role as the enforcer of divine justice. The thunderbolt symbolized both his ability to strike down those who defied the gods and his capacity to bring clarity and renewal after chaos. Similarly, in Hindu tradition, Indra's thunderbolt, known as the Vajra, was a sacred weapon that represented indestructibility and the unyielding nature of truth. The Vajra was often depicted in Hindu temples as a symbol of Indra's authority over storms and his role as a protector of the righteous. The thunderbolt's presence in temple art also reflected its broader symbolic meanings. In many cultures, it was seen as a bridge between the heavens and the earth, a conduit for divine energy that could purify and transform. Its sudden, unpredictable nature mirrored the unpredictability of life itself, reminding worshippers of the god's ability to intervene in human affairs. This duality, destruction and renewal, chaos and order, made the thunderbolt a powerful emblem of the sacred mysteries that govern the universe. As we explore the thunderbolt's significance, we gain insight into how ancient civilizations perceived the divine and the forces that shaped their world. Its jagged form continues to inspire awe, a testament to the enduring power of symbols to convey complex ideas and emotions. With this understanding, we can now turn our attention to the knot of eternity, a symbol of endless connection and continuity that has fascinated scholars and spiritual seekers for centuries. The knot of eternity, with its intricate loops and interwoven patterns, stands as one of the most captivating symbols of ancient temples, embodying the timeless connection between the physical and spiritual realms. This elegant design, often carved into temple walls or depicted in sacred art, represents an unbreakable bond, a reminder that all things are interconnected in the grand tapestry of existence. Its origins trace back to various cultures, from the Celtic knots of Europe to the elaborate designs of ancient Egypt and India, each interpreting the symbol as a testament to the endless cycle of life, death, and rebirth. In Celtic traditions, the knot of eternity was a common motif in artwork and jewelry, symbolizing the eternal nature of the soul and the interconnectedness of all living beings. It was believed to hold protective powers, warding off evil spirits and ensuring the wearer's connection to the divine. Similarly, in ancient Egypt, the knot was associated with the god Osiris, the ruler of the afterlife, and symbolized resurrection and the eternal nature of the spirit. Temples dedicated to Osiris often featured this symbol prominently, reinforcing the belief in life's continuity beyond death. The knot of eternity also held deep spiritual significance in Hindu and Buddhist traditions, where it was seen as a representation of the endless cycle of karma and reincarnation. In these cultures, the knot was often used in meditation practices to help practitioners reflect on the interconnectedness of all actions and their consequences. Its looping design, with no beginning or end, mirrored the concept of samsara, the continuous cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, and served as a visual reminder to live in harmony with the universe. Beyond its spiritual meanings, the knot of eternity was a practical symbol of unity and continuity in daily life. It appeared in marriage ceremonies, where it represented the unbreakable bond between partners, and in rituals celebrating the cycles of nature, such as the solstices and equinoxes. Its presence in temples and sacred spaces emphasized the idea that everything in existence is part of a greater whole, bound together by an invisible thread of divine energy. As we explore the profound meanings of the knot of eternity, we begin to understand why it was so revered across cultures. Its interwoven design continues to inspire awe and reflection, inviting us to consider our place in the vast, interconnected web of life. Transitioning from this symbol of unity and continuity, we now turn our attention to the griffin, a mythical creature that combines the strength of a lion with the majesty of an eagle, embodying power, courage, and divine protection. The griffin, a majestic blend of the lion's strength and the eagle's soaring spirit, stands as one of the most powerful symbols of divine protection in ancient temple art. This mythical creature, with its piercing gaze and formidable presence, was revered across cultures as a guardian of sacred spaces, embodying the union of earthly power and heavenly authority. Its origins can be traced back to ancient Mesopotamia, where it first appeared in art and literature as a protector of treasures and a defender against evil. Over time, the griffin became a prominent figure in Greek mythology, often depicted as a creature that guarded gold mines and sacred sites, serving as a bridge between the mortal world and the divine. In Greek culture, the griffin was closely associated with the sun god Apollo, symbolizing vigilance and strength. Temples dedicated to Apollo often featured images of griffins, reinforcing their role as protectors of sacred knowledge and divine wisdom. Similarly, in ancient Persia, the griffin was seen as a symbol of royalty and divine favor, often adorning the thrones and banners of kings to signify their connection to the gods. Its dual nature, combining the lion's courage and the eagle's vision, made it an ideal emblem of leadership and spiritual insight. The griffin's significance extended beyond its protective role. In medieval Europe, it became a symbol of Christ's dual nature, representing both his humanity and divinity. Churches and cathedrals often incorporated griffin imagery into their architecture, using the creature to symbolize the vigilant protection of the faithful and the triumph of good over evil. This blend of cultural interpretations highlights the griffin's enduring appeal as a universal symbol of strength, courage, and divine guardianship. As we reflect on the griffin's role in ancient temples, we begin to see why this mythical creature captivated the imaginations of so many cultures. Its presence in sacred spaces served as a constant reminder of the divine protection that watched over the faithful, offering a sense of security and spiritual reassurance. Turning our attention now to the serpent, we encounter another deeply symbolic figure, one that embodies transformation, wisdom, and the cyclical nature of life. The serpent, with its sinuous form and mesmerizing presence, has long been one of the most enigmatic symbols in human history. Found in nearly every ancient culture, it carries a duality that speaks to both creation and destruction, life and death, wisdom and temptation. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the serpent was closely linked to the sun god Ra, who was said to travel through the underworld each night, battling the chaos serpent Apep to ensure the sun's rebirth at dawn. This cyclical struggle symbolized the eternal balance between order and chaos, with the serpent embodying the forces that both threatened and sustained life. In the temples of India, the serpent took on a deeply spiritual significance through the figure of Nagas, semi-divine beings often depicted as serpents. These creatures were revered as guardians of water, fertility, and hidden treasures, both literal and metaphorical. Temples dedicated to Shiva, one of the principal deities in Hinduism, frequently featured serpent imagery, symbolizing the god's mastery over both destruction and regeneration. The serpent's shedding of its skin became a powerful metaphor for rebirth and transformation, a theme echoed in many cultures. Yet, the serpent's dual nature is perhaps most famously illustrated in the biblical story of the Garden of Eden. Here, the serpent serves as both a tempter and a revealer of knowledge, a complex figure that challenged humanity's understanding of good and evil. This duality is mirrored in ancient Greek mythology, where the serpent was associated with the god of healing, Asclepius, whose emblem of a serpent coiled around a staff remains a universal symbol of medicine to this day. In this context, the serpent represented healing and renewal, yet it also carried an undercurrent of danger, reminding us that knowledge and power come with risks. Ancient Mesoamerican cultures also held the serpent in high esteem, particularly the Maya and the Aztecs. Kukulkan, the feathered serpent deity, was a central figure in Mayan religion, symbolizing the union of earth and sky, material and spiritual realms. Temples dedicated to Kukulkan, such as the iconic El Castillo at Chichen Itza, were designed with astronomical precision, with serpent shadows appearing to descend the steps during the equinoxes, reinforcing the creature's connection to cosmic cycles and divine order. The serpent's multifaceted symbolism, its ability to represent both life-giving renewal and destructive power, made it a fitting emblem for temples where the sacred and the mysterious converged. Its presence in these spaces served as a reminder of the complex forces that shape existence, inviting worshippers to contemplate the balance between creation and destruction, wisdom and temptation. As we continue our exploration of ancient symbols, we turn now to the key, a symbol that unlocks the mysteries of hidden knowledge and spiritual access. The key, with its unmistakable shape and purpose, has long been a symbol of unlocking the mysteries of the universe. Found in the art and architecture of ancient temples, it represents the gateway to hidden knowledge and divine wisdom. In many cultures, the key was not just a physical object but a metaphor for spiritual enlightenment, offering access to truths that were otherwise concealed from the ordinary world. In ancient Egyptian mythology, the Ankh, often referred to as the key of life, was a powerful symbol of eternal existence and the divine connection between the mortal and the immortal realms. It was held by gods and pharaohs alike, signifying their authority over life and death and their access to sacred knowledge. In Greek and Roman traditions, the key was closely associated with Janus, the god of beginnings, transitions, and doorways. Janus was often depicted holding a key, symbolizing his role as the guardian of gates and thresholds, both physical and metaphysical. This idea of the key as a threshold to new understanding was echoed in the mystery religions of antiquity, where initiation rituals often involved symbolic keys, representing the initiate's journey toward higher knowledge and spiritual awakening. In medieval Christian symbolism, the keys of heaven, held by Saint Peter, represented the authority to grant or deny access to the divine realm. This imagery emphasized the idea that spiritual wisdom was not freely given, but had to be earned through faith, virtue, and understanding. The key, in this context, became a symbol of both divine authority and personal responsibility, reminding believers of their role in seeking and preserving spiritual truth. In the esoteric traditions of alchemy, the key took on another layer of meaning, symbolizing the unlocking of the secrets of nature and the universe. Alchemists sought the philosopher's stone, a metaphorical key that would reveal the mysteries of transformation and eternal life. This quest for hidden knowledge was not just a scientific endeavor but a deeply spiritual one, blending the physical and the metaphysical in a search for ultimate truth. The key's enduring presence in temple art and religious practices speaks to its universal appeal as a symbol of enlightenment and discovery. It reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge is not always straightforward, but often requires effort, patience, and a willingness to explore the unknown. As we turn our attention to the Star of David, we encounter another symbol rich with meaning, one that invites us to explore the intricate connections between the earthly and the divine. The Star of David, with its interlocking triangles, is one of the most recognizable symbols of Jewish faith and heritage. Known in Hebrew as the Magen David, or Shield of David, this six-pointed star has deep spiritual and historical roots. Its design, formed by two equilateral triangles, one pointing upward and the other downward, represents the harmonious balance between heaven and earth, the divine and the mortal. In Jewish tradition, it is often seen as a symbol of divine protection, a reminder that God watches over and shields his people. The Star of David's presence in ancient temples and synagogues underscores its importance as a sacred emblem, a visual representation of faith and unity. Beyond its religious significance, the Star of David also carries profound mystical meaning. In Kabbalistic teachings, the upward-pointing triangle symbolizes the aspiration of the human spirit to reach toward the divine, while the downward-pointing triangle represents the divine energy flowing into the world. Together, they create a powerful visual metaphor for the interconnectedness of all things, the eternal bond between the Creator and creation. This idea of unity extends beyond Judaism, resonating with other spiritual traditions that seek to bridge the gap between the material and the spiritual realms. In religious art, the Star of David has been used to adorn everything from temple walls to ritual objects, serving as a constant reminder of God's presence and protection. Its geometric precision and symmetry make it not only a spiritual symbol but also an artistic one, inspiring awe and reverence. The star's enduring popularity is a testament to its ability to convey complex ideas in a simple yet profound visual form. As we reflect on the Star of David's rich symbolism, we are reminded of the universal human desire to find meaning and connection in the world around us. Its interlocking triangles invite us to contemplate the delicate balance between the seen and the unseen, the finite and the infinite. With this in mind, we turn our attention to the infinite knot, a symbol that, like the Star of David, speaks to the interconnected nature of existence and the timeless quest for spiritual understanding. The infinite knot, known also as the endless knot or mystic knot, is a mesmerizing symbol found in ancient temples across various cultures, from Buddhism to Celtic traditions. Its intricate, looping design, with no clear beginning or end, has captivated minds for centuries, serving as a powerful visual metaphor for the interconnectedness of all life and the eternal cycle of existence. This symbol often appears in religious art, jewelry, and temple carvings, its endless loops inviting contemplation of the universe's boundless nature. In Buddhism, for example, the infinite knot represents the Buddha's wisdom and the interconnectedness of all phenomena, a reminder that every action and event is part of a greater cosmic web. Its presence in temples underscores its role as a sacred emblem, encouraging practitioners to reflect on the unity of all things and the timeless flow of energy that binds the universe together. The infinite knot also holds profound philosophical meaning across cultures. In Hinduism, it symbolizes the eternal cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, mirroring the concept of samsara. Among the Celts, it represents the unending nature of time and the interdependence of past, present, and future. This universal resonance makes the infinite not a symbol of harmony and continuity, transcending cultural and religious boundaries to speak to the shared human experience. Its intricate design invites us to ponder the complexities of existence, reminding us that every thread in the fabric of life is connected, each one influencing the others in ways we may never fully comprehend. In religious practices, the infinite knot often serves as a meditative focal point, helping practitioners cultivate mindfulness and a deeper understanding of their place in the cosmos. Its endless loops encourage reflection on the cyclical nature of life, the impermanence of the physical world, and the enduring essence of the spirit. For many, it is a symbol of hope and unity, a visual reminder that despite the challenges and uncertainties of life, we are all part of a greater, eternal whole. As we conclude our exploration of these ancient symbols, The infinite knot invites us to reflect on the profound wisdom of our ancestors. These symbols, etched in stone and woven into the fabric of sacred spaces, speak to timeless truth about the human experience. They remind us of our shared longing for connection, understanding, and meaning, bridging the gap between the past and the present, the sacred and the mundane. Through their enduring presence in temples and artifacts, these symbols continue to inspire, challenge, and comfort us, offering glimpses into the mysteries that have shaped humanity's spiritual journey for millennia. Throughout this exploration, we've uncovered the hidden meanings behind 30 mysterious symbols found in ancient temples. Each one tells a story of faith, wisdom, and the human desire to connect with the divine. From the intricate patterns of the infinite knot to the celestial resonance of the star of Ishtar, these symbols have transcended time and space, carrying messages that continue to resonate with us today. They remind us of the rich cultural heritage we share and the timeless truths they convey, bridging the gap between ancient civilizations and modern life. These symbols are not just relics of the past, they are living testaments to humanity's enduring quest for understanding and meaning. They invite us to reflect on the universal themes of unity, transformation, and the cyclical nature of existence. Whether etched into temple walls or woven into sacred artifacts, they speak to the shared experiences that bind us across cultures and generations. As we ponder their significance, let's consider how these ancient symbols continue to inspire us in our daily lives. They challenge us to look beyond the surface, to seek deeper connections with ourselves, with others, and with the world around us. They remind us that, despite the passage of time, the questions we ask and the truths we seek remain profoundly human. If this journey through the mysteries of ancient symbols has sparked your curiosity, don't forget to subscribe for more explorations into the wonders of the past. We'd love to hear your thoughts. What symbol resonated with you the most? Share your reflections in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this quest to unlock the secrets of the past and discover the timeless wisdom they hold. Together, let's continue to explore the stories that shape our world and inspire our future.